MandRproductions starts another new controversy. The Bad Batch set leaks, and we get official summer 2021 pictures on May 4th. Will we get them? All that and more on the Republic Stud Show. Hello everyone, it is I, Republic Studs, and welcome back to the Republic Stud Show, the best LEGO Star Wars news show on the internet. Now, we are going to start off, before we get into that, with featuring one fan who has displayed his merch most awesomely, and this is Arc Trooper Rob on Instagram. He is flexing his Hello There mask. Obi-Wan, I actually own one of these. And it looks absolutely sick. You know, if you're going to be forced to wear a mask by the government, you might as well have a pretty fun looking one, because, you know, it's a pretty cool mask. So if you guys want to check out your own merch, check it out in the description, and you may be featured on the Republic Stud Show if you share a photo to me. So MandRproductions put out this statement on his Twitter talking about, you know, how he is responsible and solely responsible for, I guess, 3 or 4 of the LEGO Star Wars sets that have come out or are going to be coming out in the form of the 501st Battle Pack, the UCS Gunship, and the Jar Jar Brickheads. Now, obviously, he probably thinks, you know, he's responsible for that. I'm not going to be here to judge whatever people are saying, because, again, it's dumb. But it was meant with intense backlash, and I actually want to do a deep objective dive in, you know, what he is responsible for, and I guess what he's lesser responsible for. But he got responses even from people he's friends with. Like, Just Do Good put out a tweet, "Ryan, I love you, but come on. You're getting a bit full of yourself when you take full credit for beyond the 501st. Even at that. Your fans helped a lot with the 501st. Designers are behind these sets, too. So many others gunned for the gunship, and if Jar Jar is one, then sure, but I doubt it." So, yeah, that was Just a Good tweet. I know Brix Studios even put out a tweet about, or an Instagram story about it. There's this guy, Childish Landino, who made a really, like, you know, basically said what Just a Good said, but a little more detailed. It's honestly just a dumb controversy. Again, it's Ryan probably getting somewhat full of himself, and everyone else, you know, just going after him. Honestly, I don't know what to make of this. So, first off, I think it's fair if we could go take a little deeper dive into each of these segments of all of this controversy. So, I would say that, first of all, the 501st Battle Pack is completely his credit, prompting him that this was his. The 501st Battle Pack was his. I think that's completely fair to say. First of all, I do want to say, like, you know, obviously, like, people are coming out and saying, "Oh, this LEGO Star Wars memes guy is technically responsible for it." Not really. He wouldn't have popularized it the same way MNR would have. But then again, I also think a huge part of it is in part to the community. Again, I think, you know, he does acknowledge this, Ryan. He does have a separate tweet, you know, praising how his community did this. But it's also the LEGO community as a whole, because the original video on his 501st Battle Pack only got like 60,000 views up to now. So it's probably had like 40,000 maybe, which isn't that crazy. But, you know, it's really, you know, everyone else just kind of spent it. I didn't even watch his original video on the 501st Battle Pack. I still haven't. And obviously I still know that he's responsible for it technically, so again, I'll give him that. The next one is the gunship, and I tend to believe that this would have happened with or without his interference. I think there's just that much of a hype for the gunship. Even if it got 50% of the vote and the other two got 25%, it would have just happened. I heard it's like got 75% of the vote, and it was an absolute landslide. But I really don't think he had that big of a sway in the gunship. Like maybe he had like a 10% sway. Maybe. But I don't really think the gunship is that big of a deal. Now, the Coalition Jar Jar Binks thing, I don't think it's going to happen, personally. I think it's going to be this one with Anakin and Obi-Wan, because, you know, all the other sets, they were going to be specific characters. Like, Lilo and Stitch, obviously, was going to be Lilo and Stitch. Jaws, I'd assume they'd do the shark or whatever. I think this one was supposed to be, like, a dual set, where you get, like, 2 characters. So maybe you could see Jar Jar with another character, but I really see them doing, you know, Obi-Wan and Anakin. That just makes, honestly, the most sense to me. And I think, you know, that we'll see. We'll see what happens. It could be both. I really don't know. But that one is certainly one that's highly up for debate, and, you know, you can take either side. I know some people will disagree, and that's honestly fine, because I don't care that much, because it's all dumb, and I don't buy brickheads anyway, so yeah. And honestly, LEGO's gonna do whatever fulfills their bottom line. If that's Obi-Wan Kenobi, or if that's Jar Jar Binks, they're gonna do whatever's gonna sell better. So that's just my opinion, and if there's one thing we can learn from this entire debacle, is that LEGO will never let us vote on another Star Wars thing again. I mean, they just won't. We've abused the system too much, and I think MandRproductions doesn't exactly help there. It's funny. It's absolutely hysterical, but we've abused the system. I don't think we're going to be getting another vote on a UCS set or Brickheads or whatever. I just don't think it's going to happen anymore. We've peer pressured and beat the crap out of LEGO too much, and I don't like to see we, because I haven't beaten the crap out of them that much. But yeah, I think LEGO's kind of done with, listening to the community. They're like, okay, we made your sets. Why are you guys never happy? I get it. They have to make money or whatever. And this is why we can't have nice things. But anyway, let's move into our next story. Now, next up, we had the Bad Batch leaks. And this one's pretty funny. So there was a lot of drama going on, again, in the LEGO. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. So apparently, the LEGO Ambassador Network, in their infinite wisdom, decided to attach with the press release for the new official images of the new May sets, which I'll get into later. But in their infinite wisdom, their big brain wisdom, they decided they would put the Bad Batch set in there, like the preliminary image for the Bad Batch set. Why? I don't know. I almost like to think it was on purpose. I'd like to think that LEGO just snuck it in there. They wanted to start getting people hyped. And then, the set leaked. so yeah, some land member leaked the set. Disney is absolutely upset and trying to hunt down the guy who initially leaked it. So this guy, anyway, the set itself, I made a video on it. I'm not going to put pictures in this video because chances are I'm taking down that video later on, just, for safety of my channel. But it comes with the Bad Batch members. It comes with a Gonk droid, which I predicted a year ago. I made a story, or whatever, a post on my channel page. And everyone's like, whoa, he didn't call it. So I called the Gonk droid. And it comes with 2 tiny speeder builds, which is obviously very nice. I didn't know it was going to be a bit for a Bad Batch show, because we didn't even know we were getting that show. But aside from that, obviously, this whole leaking thing is kind of funny. I, again, like to think LEGO, intentionally does this, just to spite Disney or whatever. I don't know. But either way, we are also having loads of stuff around that area. And now let's get into the May 4th news. 4th is coming up rapidly. It is coming up in just a few days from when I'm recording this. So first off, I'm going to talk about the promos, then the type of LEGO news that we'll be getting on May 4th. So May 4th, we're supposed to be getting loads of new stuff, from the Bad Batch show to new merch for me, and the release of Star Wars Detours. And I'm going to mainly make a video separate on how they are going to drop it and how you should, spend the full day, doing May 4th. I know I, for one, am probably going to go to the LEGO store. I'm going to pick up the UCS R2-D2. They're also supposed to have, if you spend $85 or more, you will get the Luke's Homestead promo, and you will also get the Imperial Shuttle Polybag, which I've been looking for forever. So I'm going to be very happy to get that one. And you're also, I think, getting double VIP points, so just keep that all in mind. And if you want to order from Lego.com, it's the same system on there too. So now, will we get official pictures for LEGO Star Wars sets this May 4th? And I don't know. A lot of people have been saying, they're going to drop that Bad Batch set picture May 4th, and I wouldn't be shocked. I'd like to see that, certainly, in the official pictures and everything. And honestly, it's going to be weird for me, because that day I'm going to be going to the LEGO store. I'm obviously going to be trying to catch up on the new Star Wars shows, and then I'm going to have to make a video if they drop the pictures. So in my personal opinion, I kind of hope they don't. But they could be dropping that, and they could be dropping entire pictures for the rest of the summer wave. We could be seeing pictures for Moff Gideon's cruiser. We could be seeing pictures for everything. We just don't know. It's going to be either everything, it's going to be one thing, or it's going to be nothing. That's my guess, so you guys can take that to the bank. I'm sure there's pretty solid odds that that's going to happen. And on top of that, the official sets for the Probe Droid, the Vader helmet, and the Scout helmet have all dropped. They're all on Amazon right now, or Lego.com, so you could go buy those the 26th. I find it weird. They should have just pushed those sets to May 4th, honestly. They shouldn't have waited. They should have done April 1st or the 4th. Make up your mind, Lego. And with that said, that is your roundup of the news for this week. Please let me know what your guys' thoughts is. Also, remember to check out the merch store and check out my Patreon. It'll help me out a ton. We have loads of special content coming in for all of our Patreons. And I just want to thank you guys all again for the continuous support on this series. So, remember to subscribe, hit the bell, do all the other things. I'll see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.